The movie begins with Jania Wilkinson lays asleep with alongside her daughter Arya, so she wakes up to another good morning and prepares her daughter for school. She helps her take her bath, afraid that she might have another seizure and fall again. Meanwhile, Arya is excited to show off her science project, and the other kids are making fun of her. It's only $40, so Jania promises she will pay it later. Even though they're broke, the ghetto landlady is not happy because Jania hasn't paid her rent yet. She threatens to throw all of their things if she fails to pay. She drives Arya to school and says hello to her teacher, who waves back reluctantly. By the time Jania gets to work, the grocery store is already busy. Not only does she deal with the wicked store manager, Richard, but she also has to deal with ill-mannered customers trying to buy tackies with their WIC card. Later a friend offers her money for her daughter's medication, but Jania politely declines. She then receives phone call from school about Arya's bruises and her lunch money. Jania explains that the girl is sick and that she fell. She also adds that she'll be paying the $40 lunch fee later. Jania then asks Richard for her salary and a quick break to go to Arya's school. Jania heads to the bank. Meanwhile, she only has $47 and needs $40 from it. However, she couldn't withdraw her money. The bank manager, Nicole, explains that if the account holds less than the required minimum amount, it will close. When she gets to school, social workers are already taking Arya. They say that the teacher reported that Arya goes to school hungry and dirty. Jania insists that despite being broke, she takes good care of her daughter. She begs them not to upset Arya because she might suffer from another seizure. The social worker assures her that they'll take care of the girl. Already disoriented, Jania rushes to get back to work. She almost gets in an accident, pissing another dude. The man gets furious, and he hits Jania's car with his. When Officer Sam arrives at the scene, Jania learns that the man who hit her car, Oliver, is also a cop.
If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this.
Oliver lies and says Jania hit her. Then he threatens to find a legal way to shoot her dead if he sees her again. But Officer Sam writes her a ticket and has her car towed because her license and registration already are expired. When she gets back, Richard tells her she's fired. She's 2 hours late. He even refuses to hand her check, explaining that it's company policy the last paycheck will be sent by mail. Things get worse when Jania returns home and finds all of their things outside in the rain. The landlord has officially kicked her out. Arya's medicines also got wet, but Jania decides to save the science project and puts it in a transparent bag. Then she returns to the grocery, pleading with Richard for her check, but he insists she has to wait for the mail even though he can just hand it over. Suddenly, one dude shows up, greets Jania by name because of her name tag, and declares a robbery. He orders her to put all the money in the transparent bag. Jania begs him not to take the money because she needs it for her daughter. Just then, they wrestle for the gun, and she ends up shooting him. His partner escapes, leaving Jania with Richard. Richard furiously accuses her of orchestrating the robbery just because the man called her name. Jania explains that she's still wearing her name tag, but Richard doesn't listen and immediately reports her to the 911 operator. Then, she shoots him before taking her check, even with all the money right there. Detectives Kay and Billy are called to the scene. Billy thinks that Jania was in on it, having seen the security footage of her shooting Richard, but Kay thinks she was also a victim because no money was stolen. Meanwhile, Jania heads to the bank. Even though they're about to close, Nicole lets her in. The teller, Tessa, refuses to cash her check because Jania doesn't have an ID with her. She reminds the bank and knows that she's already a familiar face. Still, Tessa pays a deaf ear. So Jania takes out the gun and asks her again. This time, Tessa starts to take out some cash, but she also presses a button alerting the manager and the authorities that there's a robbery. Nicole talks to the police on the phone and reports that Jania has a bomb in her bag. The detectives learn that Jania was kicked out of her home, and now apparently she's robbing a bank. She insists she just needs her $521 and nothing more. Nicole tells the guard to let the people out, but no one wants to leave without getting their money, so she finally spills that there's an armed robber inside. Tessa keeps panicking, so Nicole steps in and orders her to give Jania her money. Jania is so disoriented she doesn't understand why everyone is so scared. The police finally arrive and surround the place. Chief Wilson asks his detectives what they've learned so far. Meanwhile, Janaya gets angry that Tessa keeps crying when she's not even hurting her. Then, she sees on TV the news about the situation. Detective K tells Chief Wilson that Janaya might speak to her because she's a woman. So when Dan, the negotiator, arrives, he lets K continue. Janaya explains to the detective that the gun went off by accident and that she just wanted to cash her check. And that's all. She gets angry that Tessa called the police on her. Kay asks her to come out, but Janaya knows she'll be locked up if she does. So she ends the call. When she gets the money, she hands $40 to Nicole to give to Arya for lunch money. Then she spots that Officer Oliver is outside the bank. The ugly man who rammed her car earlier? Fearing that she'll be killed as her promised, she orders the teller to close the blinds. Watching the live feed of the security cameras, the authorities have mistaken the science project for a bomb. So the bomb squad is called. When a veteran and his wife demand to leave, Janaya just lets them walk out. The school project starts beeping, and everyone thinks they're going to die. But Janaya just turns it off and asks them to stay with her. The tellers want to run out, but Nicole reminds them that they can't leave the elderly woman alone. As Janaya gets some chairs for those inside, the police contemplate calling the FBI. Kay wants to save Janaya's life, and she's concerned that the FBI will have a different plan. She's convinced that Janaya is a good person based on the evidence she's seen so far. Detective K calls again, and this time, Janaya tells the story of her life. The live feed is watched by the community, and they listen as Janaya cries about her situation. Detective K tries to sympathize, saying she too struggled as a child and raised by a single mom. Janaya also admits that she can't get out because of the police officer who threatened to kill her. While Janaya is unplugging the cameras, Tessa is busy finding a way out. Detectives K and Billy haven't found the officers Janaya mentioned to them. However, Tessa doesn't even feel sorry for Janaya. Nicole offers her jacket to Janaya. They get the chance to talk about their kids and how their lives are different from each other. Janaya says she can't end up in prison because no one will take care of Arya. Nicole tries talking some sense into her, but Janaya says she'll figure something out. Suddenly there's a mob outside throwing their support for Janaya. They want her freed because they understand why she snapped and did what she did. Then the FBI arrives. Nicole assures her she's on her side, so Janaya asks her to take care of Arya until she gets out of prison. The bank manager assures her she will, but Nicole refuses to leave and returns inside. Agent Bryce contacts Janaya, but she prefers Detective K. Talking to the agent just makes her even more upset. She doesn't want to go out unless the officer who threatened her is gone. Suddenly, the device starts beeping again, scaring everyone. When Janaya realizes why they're afraid, she explains that it's just a harmless science project and not a bomb. Terrified, Tessa heads to the bathroom and writes a message on the window saying there's no bomb, and that Janaya only has one gun. Janaya wants to call the authorities and say it's not an explosive, but Nicole stops her. She explains that the assumption that she has a bomb is the only thing stopping the authorities from coming in. Instead, she advises Janaya to tell Detective K that she's going out, leaving the backpack behind. Just then, the detectives find Officer Sam, and she explains to them that Officer Oliver was the one who hit Janaya's car. Detective K snaps and punches Oliver hard. Agent Bryce prevents them from answering the phone, but Detective K defies him and tells Janaya that Officer Oliver has been found. She wants proof that it's him. So they have agreed that the photo will be sent and Janaya will finally come out. But Officer Bryce refuses to turn on the phones unless the hostages are released. So Detective K heads to the bank and shows Janaya Oliver's photo. After confirming, she lets the two tellers leave, but Nicole decides to stay behind and stand by her. Then, Janaya receives a call from her mother. She argues that she didn't rob the bank and just needs her money for Arya's medicine. So her mother reminds her that Arya is already dead. She died the night before, after having a seizure. They took her to the hospital, but it was too late. Suddenly, Janaya comes to realization that the entire day, she was only imagining her dead daughter. She was alone the whole time she thought she was with her. A social worker didn't take the child, and it was just Janaya hallucinating? Nicole admits she also learned the truth a while ago. Then Agent Bryce gives the signal to storm the bank. Janaya imagines being shot to death, but then Nicole takes her hand and assures her they will make it out alive. They walk out together, hands up. As promised, Detective K says Raymond is there to guide her. As she handcuffs her, Detective K says it's nice to finally meet Jainaya. While she gets in the car, people cheer for her, showing their support for her. And the movie ends. Tell us your favorite part of the movie in the comments section. Leave a like and subscribe for more movie recaps.